In the turbulent aftermath of the U.S. operation that seized Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, press freedom and public security in Venezuela have come under renewed strain. At least 14 journalists were detained on Monday while reporting on developments following Maduro's removal, according to Venezuela's Media Workers Union, as anti-Trump voices being silenced in the country. The union said that all but one of those detained were employed by foreign news organizations and were released later the same day, although one reporter was deported. A Colombian and a Spanish journalist were also briefly detained near the Colombian border close to Cucuta before being sent back, the union added. The detentions took place in several parts of Caracas, including near the National Assembly, its surrounding areas, and the Altamira neighborhood, the union said. Some journalists were apprehended by Venezuela's military counterintelligence agency, while others were held by the country's intelligence service. According to the union, those detained had their equipment searched, phones examined, and personal messages and social media activity reviewed. The union described the incidents as alarming and renewed its call for the release of at least 23 media workers it says remain in detention across the country. These events unfolded as Delcy Rodriguez was sworn in as Venezuela's interim president. Shortly after taking office, Rodriguez said she was prepared to cooperate with the Trump administration, which has stated that the United States intends to temporarily run Venezuela following Maduro's capture. Foreign media have long faced obstacles in the country, including restrictive visa policies that have sharply limited international reporting from inside Venezuela. Accounts from residents suggest the crackdown has extended beyond journalists. Speaking to BBC Mundo, a community leader in the Caracas neighborhood of Petare described armed, hooded men patrolling the streets and monitoring residents' online activity. Other residents told the BBC of a heavy police and military presence, alongside armed pro-government civilian groups known as colectivos, creating a climate of fear. One Caracas resident said people felt unable to speak openly, while another described armed forces positioned on nearly every street corner. Tensions in the capital have remained high. Gunshots were reported overnight near the Miraflores presidential palace, according to videos circulating on social media and verified by BBC News. In one clip filmed close to the palace, gunfire can be heard, though the cause remains unclear. Another video, located about 650 meters away, captures a man identifying himself as a security official, responding to questions by saying drones, suggesting the shots may have been linked to a suspected drone sighting. This has not been independently confirmed. Maduro's seizure has also triggered global reactions. Demonstrations were reported in multiple countries, many outside U.S. embassies. Some protesters condemned Washington's actions as an illegal intervention, while others welcomed Maduro's removal and called for political change in Venezuela. Opposition figures have used the moment to renew demands for the release of political detainees. The Vente Venezuela movement, led by opposition leader Maria Corina Machado, issued a statement on X urging authorities to immediately free all civilian and military political prisoners. Machado shared the statement with her followers.
January 3rd will go down in history as the day justice defeated a tyranny. It's a milestone, and it's not only huge for the Venezuelan people and our future, I think it's a huge step for humanity, for freedom and human dignity. I spoke with President Trump on October 10th, the same day the prize was announced. Not since then, but I do want to say today, on behalf of the Venezuelan people, how grateful we are for his courageous vision, the actions, historical actions he has taken against this narco-terrorist regime to start dismantling this structure and bringing Maduro to justice, which means that 30 million Venezuelans are now closer to freedom, but also that the United States of America is a safer country nowadays. We believe the Venezuelan people, because this is a prize of the Venezuelan people, certainly want to give it to him and share it with him. What he has done, as I said, is historic. It's a huge step towards a democratic transition, planning to go back to Venezuela as soon as possible. As I've always said, Sean, every day I make a decision where I am more useful for a cause. That's why I stayed in hiding for over 16 months, and that's why I decided to go out, because I believed that at this moment I'm more useful to our cause, being able to speak out from where I am right now. But I'm planning to go as soon as possible back home. This transition should move forward. Delcy Rodriguez, as you know, is one of the main architects of torture, persecution, corruption, narco trafficking. In free and fair elections, we will win with by over 90% of the votes. I have no doubt about it.
Human rights groups say repression has been a defining feature of recent years. Following Venezuela's disputed 2024 presidential election, more than 2,000 people were arrested during protests, according to rights organizations. The government-backed Electoral Council declared Maduro the winner, but opposition tallies reviewed by independent media suggested an opposition victory. Pressure group Foro Penal says as of January 5, 2024, more than 800 political prisoners remain behind bars, underscoring the depth of Venezuela's ongoing political and human rights crisis.